One day, I was just randomly scrolling through LinkedIn and I came across the profile of one of my ex-classmates back in school. This classmate of mine was a little eccentric, but nevertheless a nice guy. He was often made fun of, not because he was a little odd, but because of his hobby. He's into buses. In my opinion, everyone has their own right to enjoy whatever hobbies they want. However, because he was open about his hobby, which just so happens to also be an uncommon one, he was constantly being made fun of by others. Fast forward more than a decade later to the present, I clicked into his LinkedIn profile, curious to see how he's doing right now, and what I saw astounded me. In case you didn't know what LinkedIn is, it's basically like social media, but for your job. You flex your work achievements in it and hope that a headhunter comes across your page and seeks to hire you, saving you from your low-paying job. What shocked me when I saw my ex-classmate's profile was where he was working at. He managed to work at his dream company, the biggest bus public transport operator in Singapore. It's not just where he was working at, but what he achieved there too. He received numerous awards and managed to climb the corporate ladder at an astounding rate, unheard of compared to norms. The thing is, back during our schooling days, he wasn't exactly the brightest person in my class. He was always the bottom few in terms of class rankings for exams and constantly bullied by others. You may think that such a person will give up and continue that downward trajectory in life, but that wasn't the case. And with that, there are several things that I think all of us can learn from him. You may have already expected this learning point since you saw the video title and clicked into it. Be delusional. This was made especially clear to me because I was one of the few that used to be close to him. He would constantly talk about wanting to be the CEO of the biggest bus company in Singapore and the things that he hoped to change and see as a commuter. His dream was huge and he was so sure that he will achieve it, to the point that his enthusiasm made him seem delusional. I'm not telling you to go cool and be outright delusional. Okay, let me correct myself. You should go cool and be delusional. To be more specific, be deliberately delusional. When you meet someone that's delusional, what's one thing that you notice? They have unwavering faith in what they believed in. No matter what you say or do, they simply will not waver in what they believe in. This is something that many people lack, and also the main reason why dreams always seemed like an unreachable concept. A part of me also thinks that maybe being too smart and logical can also hold you back. Why? Because the logical part of your brain overanalyzes, constantly coming up with excuses that you should pursue something else instead of your dreams, because the odds of you achieving it is simply too low. However, my ex-classmate didn't think of it that way. He probably didn't even picture the possibility of him failing. All he has been doing over the past decade is to keep charging at his dream with the absolute faith and belief that he can achieve it, no matter what others say. Think about it. You probably had something that you really want to pursue when you were much younger. Over the years, you kept quitting, going back at it, repeating this whole cycle over and over again. And you ask yourself, why do I never succeed? That reason is because you constantly waver and never believed in yourself. Another quality of someone that seemed delusional is the obsession that they have over something. It's almost as if that's the only thing that they are constantly thinking about, nothing else. In my ex-classmate's case, I wouldn't be surprised if he says that he sleeps inside the bus every day. When you are this obsessed about something, you inevitably become so good at it. It's crazy to think about. Remember when I said that he wasn't the brightest in class? Well, he's able to memorize the entire bus route map in Singapore. Name any bus number and he's able to tell you exactly where it goes, how many stops you'll stop for, or how long it takes on average to complete a full cycle. I remember him asking me where I stay, and he was able to name what bus number was available at my house bus stop and what are the landmarks that's near my place. He knows how the bus works inside out, and is even able to differentiate different types of buses based on just their engine sound. I could not comprehend the vastness of knowledge that he held regarding bus public transport. When you become this good at something, knowledge that seemed to take others many years to attain seemed like common knowledge to him. With this huge knowledge of his, I can see how he was able to climb the corporate ladder that fast. They simply cannot compete with him. This is something that we can all learn from, to be obsessed in what we want to chase after. It doesn't matter what others say or think about your obsession. At the end of the day, they are the ones that are making a fool out of themselves when you reach your goal. Be so obsessed with your goal that it's the only thing that you're thinking about. Not only does it ensure that you know more about the field that you're pursuing in than others, you're more aware of opportunities that comes your way. If you're constantly thinking about other things, you will miss opportunities that were right in front of you. If you don't believe in yourself, even if you are aware of it, you wouldn't take it. I'm sure that if you think back, there will be a couple of instances where you regret not taking up an opportunity, either because you are not aware that it was an opportunity or you thought it was a waste of time. They say that luck is something that cannot be controlled. What if I tell you that it can be controlled? If you are so obsessed with your goal, dipping your toes in as many opportunities as you can, and at the same time constantly improving yourself, you will come across that lucky moment and you will be prepared to execute. As Seneca once said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. I am happy for my ex-classmate, someone that used to be my friend. Although we grew apart, I'm happy that he's doing well, chasing after his goal, living the dream. I find it quite interesting that simply coming across his profile made me relook my whole perspective on this whole channel. The logical part of my brain is constantly telling me that the odds are just not in my favor, and succeeding on YouTube is only for the selected few. However, just like my friend, I will ignore the naysayers and be deliberately delusional, where success is the only possible future I can see.